The point of this video is to talk about how my home has never felt like a home until just recently. In this episode of Retirement Chronicles, or Why the Heck Did You Retire / the pros and cons of retirements, I'm going to talk about a surprising fact that I have just realized recently because I went out of town for the weekend, and this made me realize some of the blessings of retirement. I might have mentioned that I went home to my mom's and visited some friends maybe 2 weekends ago. So I went home for a weekend, and then I was back for a weekend, and then this past weekend I went to a concert in Oklahoma. What I realized upon my return home was how much I enjoy being at my home. Originally, there were a lot of people commenting on my videos about how they stay at home or they don't do anything. It sounded like they don't do anything. They don't go out there like trapped as prisoners in their home. And I could not understand that and thought, there is no way I am not going to do that. Like, I cannot imagine being at my house all the time. Well, as it turns out, after being gone for a couple of weekends, I really enjoy my home. And I say that because the environment that I worked in for the past 30 years was go, 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 go. And I have 2 teenagers, one that just went off to college, but my 16-year-old is still really, really involved and keeps me busy. I did not think that I was going to enjoy being home and what that's like. I think that it was the first week of school when my girls were both gone that I was home by myself. And the first day, I think I had plenty to do. And then the second or third day, I was like, oh crap, what am I going to do? Now I'm home all the time. What is this going to be like? Then I decided to substitute teach, which has actually been a blessing. But I couldn't be at home just relaxed with nothing to do necessarily at first. Well, 2 months later, now that I am 2 months into retired, even though I mentioned that I retired 2 years ago, went back to work and then retired again, I did have the summer off this summer. However, mentally, I had not retired until probably September 5th. Then I decided quit looking for jobs, quit logging onto the job websites, just substitute teach. I actually really thought I would have a job. I really thought that I would have to find something to do. And well, I had a really bad experience substitute teaching in one school and was never going back and never going to substitute teach again. And I'm really glad that I went back because I've absolutely loved subbing at the high school level, and I've subbed at all of the high schools in town. The point of this video is to talk about how my home has never felt like a home until just recently. And I find myself looking around my house wondering, why have I done that? What is that for? That doesn't work. Now I actually get to live in my home. Originally, it was a place to sleep and store tons of stuff I don't need. Now I get to look around and it feels like a home. I understand now why my mom, who they sold our childhood home a long time ago. We lived in Louisiana, then we moved to Iowa in a temporary home. Then we lived in a somewhat permanent home from maybe 3rd grade until I graduated high school. Then my parents moved into a smaller home after all of us kids were out of the house, and that was kind of weird. And I think it's going to be kind of weird for my kids when I move out of this house, which yes, I would like to move out of this house. It feels more like home, and as I look around, I want to make it a home. And I know that sounds really weird or mundane, but I feel like maybe I'm starting to settle into being okay with being retired. A lady commented how you don't realize how short life is until you are retired, and then you're 5 years into your retirement and you're like, where has the time gone? And I do think that that's true. I enjoy my time substitute teaching, but today I was home. I wasn't home all day. I had to take the dog to get groomed and run some errands. I could have been home all day. And then tomorrow I can be home all day, and I enjoy it. I used to have that fear of missing out where I felt like I had to go and do something and be gone all the time, or if I was sitting at home, I was missing. Like people are out doing things, or if people ask me what I'm doing, I would be embarrassed to say, well, really nothing. Or what'd you do yesterday? Well, I don't even remember. I don't think I did anything. And I'm trying to get past the feeling of that's lazy or worrying that I'm not doing enough. How do you guys feel that way in retirement? And that may be just unique to me, and eventually that'll go away after I've worked in a profession so long that's go, 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 do, do. I would spend my evenings right now working, thinking about work, researching about work, answering texts, answering emails. And I was just looking over at the kitchen, and it's like clean and organized, and it's never been that way. So the surprise for me is that I actually enjoy my home and I enjoy being here. Even though I haven't done any of the projects that I said that I was going to do, I love it here. And I'm hesitant about, am I going to do the projects? Because if I only live here another year and then when my daughter graduates, I find something else, do I really want to do those projects yet or wait until I find my next home? I didn't realize all of the transitions that we were going through when I first retired or decided to retire back in September. My youngest daughter and I had to make a lot of adjustments. We didn't have the buffer of my oldest daughter, and I'm here all the time. And we're finally settling into a routine together. I no longer make her lunch. That's just a fight, and we did not enjoy that. And she gets school lunch now. But I do make dinners, and I do tell her what I'm making for dinner, and we've gotten along a lot better. There isn't that feeling that we have to eat out all the time. It got easier. I wish I could go back and realize that at the time, because it was super stressful in September, just trying to navigate all of the changes. There were some other personal changes in our life together that I don't really want to go into on video. But for her, I think I counted at one point, and there were like 9 big changes for her. And we were really struggling with that. And I'm so thankful that I can be home, literally home, with her and for my oldest daughter. My oldest daughter texted earlier today and said, "Are you home or are you subbing?" And I said, "I'm home." And she said, "Okay, I think I'm going to come home." She just wanted to come home for a little bit and just get away from campus. My reflection is that it's getting easier to be home, and I apologize to the people I had bad thoughts about who just wanted to stay home and never go anywhere, because now I kind of feel like that person. However, if my friends ask me to go out or we have plans, I do actually want to go out. In the comments, tell me about when you transition to being okay, being at home, or am I going to transition back to wanting to be gone all the time? What's it like in retirement when it comes to your home sweet home?